person for Congress is Ginger Cruz.
I'm Ginger Cruz. I approve this message, and I humbly ask for your vote.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime. Another prisoner escapes the Manila facility early Friday, the incident leading to a manhunt and investigations into how he was able to get out undetected.
Plus, a new team of Guam National Guard members take over keeping watch of the missile defense system.
Are you ready to sing your hearts out and dance the night away with the Jets? I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the interview with these 80s superstars ahead of their big performance tomorrow.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Happy Fresco Friday. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day. A prison detainee accused in multiple violent armed robberies has been captured. Authorities say he escaped from the Manila facility early Friday.
Investigators learning he stole a car following the prison break. Witnesses reporting a chase through Manila toward Zonia, where the prisoner was eventually taken into custody.
5 hours on the run, Department of Corrections prison detainee Gregory Thomas Bernardo is back in custody. It was around 5:30 Friday morning. He somehow escaped from the prison's post-25 unit, the Domes. It's the same area two others recently made their escape.
This isn't the most secured facility, unless we have personnel. And I've made it known that we're short of our officers in our force.
DepCorp Director Fred Berdalio says his officers are left watching upward of 70 detainees at any given time.
Our most dangerous inmates to secure them. And I'll just let you know, and the media is going to hear this, is that we had an incident even of a breach inside Post 5, that same location where, a month ago, a firearm was discovered in that location, right? And what I mean a breach is that we found that they cut through the bars of one of the grill gates there, right? And we had to now repair that.
He adds the warden and security staff are figuring out how to beef up security with the limited resources they do have on hand.
I want to praise my security operations to keep their heads up. They're doing the best that they can. And I'm confident with the warden and the security platoon, despite this escape, that they're doing the best to ensure that these things don't happen.
While Berdalio says Adelut made promises to help identify funding to address the prison's weaknesses, he also shares this message to the public.
I would say to the community, it is time to sometimes ante up to, if you want to contribute to the Department of Corrections.
Berdalio admits at least a handful of escapes were reported under his watch, adding his staff were able to foil other attempts being made by prisoners.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, meanwhile, threatened to use nuclear weapons and destroy South Korea permanently if provoked. State media reported today after the South's leader warned that Kim's regime would collapse if he attempted to use nuclear arms. Now, this all comes after multiple missiles were fired from the north into the Japan Sea and the Pacific in recent months.
Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio today telling troops, quote, "Obviously there's provocations around the world, bringing back to attention the purpose of the U.S. military's presence in our part of the world and in particular on our island." The LT saying this to the new team with the Guam National Guard, assuming that's security mission. This also amid China's military launching a missile into the Pacific Ocean. A symbolic handover marking the end of tour for Team Banadu of the Guam National Guard. And the beginning of Team Kalepla's mission at the THAAD missile defense site.
The THAAD battery cannot defend the skies over Guam without you defending the ground around it. this island is dependent on how well each and every one of you execute your duties every day.
After a 10-month deployment, Sec Force 7 Team Banatu officially passing the torch, highlighted by their landmark achievement, becoming the first unit to take down a drone over Guam using the FS-led system. Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio speaking to the soldiers on the base Friday morning.
Global events have given us a reminder about the perils that occur in the geopolitics of the world. And they're a stark reminder of the role and purpose that our island and our people have, not only in defense of our nation and our island, but our role in making sure that there's peace in this part of the world, and in fact, the entire world.
The transfer of authority takes place amid China's recent launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile carrying a dummy warhead into the Pacific Ocean. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Stafford confirms that the ICBM was never in the airspace of Guam, adding the ICBM passed over hundreds of kilometers in altitude in outer space.
Our THAAD radar is part of a network of sensors across the Pacific region, and our network of sensors, including the THAAD radar, were able to track the ICBM throughout its time in flight across the region. And so during that time, we assessed that ICBM was never any threat to Guam.
Meantime, Stafford not confirming whether China had notified the U.S. about the reported planned test, only stressing again that the U.S. military was tracking the ICBM from the moment it launched.
In other news, the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation management says there is a power crisis on Rota and Saipan, but the board today denied its request for a state of emergency declaration for the islands.
Regional correspondent Tomas Manglona reports.
The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation Board unanimously declined the executive director's request for a state of emergency declaration for power generation on Rota and Saipan.
We spoke with the ED and to seek other avenues to support the power generation for Saipan and Rota. That's one. The other thing is that we will give the opportunity for the CPUC Chairman Cyrock and his team to go ahead and validate and review the contracts that is on their desk right now.
So what happens next?
We will have to go and create an RFQ to go out for bid for renting temporary power, and then that will have to be brought before a board meeting again for approval. And then it'll also have to go through the CPUC.
Watson said that there's an escalating risk that CUC may soon be unable to provide reliable power on Saipan and Rota after recent issues with its diesel engines. He said there are increased blackouts.
We did express that this is very urgent, and hopefully that the engines online now will hold until we get a temporary solution and let the appeals process play out so we can get to the permanent solution.
He said there are limited backup options, but even if a contract is awarded, it could take up to 2 years to complete after even more time spent on current appeals. You can watch the full meeting on KUAM News' Facebook page. Tomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.
The CNMI Department of Public Safety saying it was a mechanical issue that led to the malfunctioning of a patrol car's air conditioning that caused the deaths of 2 police dogs on September 8th. The update comes nearly a month after the canines tragically passed away due to heat exhaustion. CNMI DPS Commissioner Anthony Macaranas saying the 2 handlers were transferred back to the patrol unit because it was their original assignment and not out of disciplinary action.
Looking to the problems of the vehicle, and we found that one of the error that was found that's connected to the proper function of the air condition. This is, like I said, this is a tragic for all people that I understood that they care and they love the dogs, but it is ourselves in the department too felt saddened and tragic for the loss of these 2 dogs.
They are reviewing their policy and protocol to ensure it doesn't happen again. Well, several came out in strong support of Bill 355, a supplemental budget measure that would provide critical funding to the Guam Cancer Trust Fund.
Jonathan Charfers has more on the $2 million allocation shortfall and its impact on nonprofit organizations that provide much-needed assistance to Guam's cancer patients.
With the creation of the Guam Cancer Trust Fund in 2010, access to much-needed cancer care has dramatically improved over the years. The GCTF funds critical nonprofit organizations like Guam Cancer Care, the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation, American Cancer Society, the Todu Guam Foundation, and the Azuda Foundation, all of which provide unique and distinct direct support services and programs benefiting the thousands of Guam residents afflicted by cancer. But in the fiscal year 2025 budget approved by the 37th Guam Legislature, the GCTF was underfunded by $2 million. Former Senator James Espaldon of the Azuda Foundation was just one of many who passionately spoke in support of Bill 355 during the almost 4-hour public hearing on Thursday. Introduced by Senator Joe San Agustin, the supplemental budget bill includes a provision that provides $2 million to the Cancer Trust Fund.
It's minuscule to what the patients actually pay out of their own pockets, but it's a good support for all the organizations who are doing something good. We're doing something in a nonprofit way, right? We're not benefiting ourselves. This whole thing is more of out of love for our island. I think that's what all these organizations who take advantage of this money, of the grants that we get from the Guam Cancer Trust Fund, we give them hope, we give them courage, we give them incentive to continue their fight with determination. That's what their families want. That's what they want. They want to be able to see their kids graduate. They want to be able to live life. They want to be able to go back to work.
The EMCC Foundation has received continuous financial support from the Fund Council for over 10 years. President Jennifer Calvo says, as a result, the foundation has been able to expand its services to local cancer patients while simultaneously increasing the number of patients they help annually and increasing the amount of assistance provided to each patient.
Over the past 5 years, for reference, the foundation has helped an average of at least 500 patients per year, which equates to at least $500,000 in direct support services for medical treatment, appointments, labs, imaging, medication, and other components of care. Last year, this number actually increased to over 600 patients and more than $600,000.
On Monday, Guam Cancer Care announced the prospective shutdown of all direct cancer patient support programs by November 1st as a result of a lack of funding. Eva Uggan ended her testimony with a stern statement.
Funding this bill, you're basically saying that people no longer have access to care that can quite literally save their lives.
Jonathan Charfris, KUAM News.
Half a day Fresco Fridays on KUAM News. Presented by Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas. Located in Hagåtña, just across from the Gani Shopping Center.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Want a real taste of New York? The classic New York-style pizza offers a big, bold taste that's a Guam favorite. Handmade to perfection on a crust that's 30% larger than our large. It's just $12.99 per carryout. Classic New York-style pizza, only at your Island Pizza Hut.
Well, the race to watch here at home is between incumbent delegate James Moylan and opponent Ginger Cruz. We are 3 days away from the candidates taking the stage in their first debate this election season. The KUAM News 2024 Congressional debate set for Monday, October 7th.
We will be coming to you live from the Encore Theater inside the Crown Plaza Resort in Tumon. You can watch the debate Monday, October 7th at 6:30 p.m. following primetime on KUAM TV8 and streaming on KUAM's Facebook page and YouTube channel and on Peacock. A week-long high surf personal watercraft rescue course wrapped up on Thursday.
Spearheaded by the Guam Police Department's Special Enforcement Amphibious Section, 11 participants tackling everything from water survival to rescue techniques. Jonah Charfis has more.
It's a course designed for police officers who work in areas with open water, rivers, and swimming pools. Many officers lack essential water skills, which can be critical for safety. The training covered various topics, including water safety, boat information, navigation rules, water survival techniques, and personal watercraft handling. It emphasizes that law enforcement must recognize that the responsibilities extend to water environments. It's training like this that is made possible by the Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Guam Police Department, and Guam Visitors Bureau, and with the commitment from the Park Police that is helping build visibility in the Tumon area, ensuring residents and visitors alike feel safe and secure, especially in the waters. The GPD's Special Enforcement Amphibious Section offered a week-long high surf personal watercraft rescue course to some fellow officers and Park Police. And to close out, officers took to the waters in PD. Assistant Instructor Officer John E. Nicholas.
Providing different scenarios for the officers to deal with, especially with real-world situations, and if you're dealing with the victim from being unconscious or conscious or whatnot, and providing that service along with our other agencies, Guam Fire Department and whatnot, and hopefully we can all work together as a team and be on the same sheet of music.
The bottom line, go out, save somebody, and come back to shore safely. GPD Sergeant Chris Champion jumped at the chance to take the course.
Well, it gives us a better option, more people experienced on how to operate these machines, so we can augment the beach patrol, keep our tourists safe, and hopefully help other agencies in any task they may need assistance.
Park Police Officer Mike Palacios shared the same sentiment.
We got to work with officers from the Guam Police Department with Beach Patrol, and collectively working together, it enhances our skills, and it's just another tool that we got now that we can put in our toolbox, so that in the event of any type of emergency, we can be called upon.
Jonagan Charfris, KUAM News.
Smoke alarms, make them work for you. It's the theme of this year's Fire Prevention Week. A proclamation ceremony held Friday afternoon to kick things off.
A static display and community outreach will be held on Sunday, October 6th at the Aganya Shopping Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. According to Guam Fire Department spokesperson Lieutenant Nick Garrido, the event will start off with the Parade of Lights and will end at 8 SC. Participating in the event will also be counterparts from Andersen Air Force Base and Naval Base, Guam Homeland Security and Office of Civil Defense, as well as the Forestry Division from the Department of Agriculture. Well, get your dancing shoes ready because the Jets and special guest Sapphire are amped up to rock the night away at the UOG Cowboy Fieldhouse tomorrow.
Before they hit the stage, Mitsuki Hirayama gets a sneak peek of the 80s superstars' touching family harmony.
You said never, never.
80s superstars The Jet is back on island for the first time since 2018, and they're ready to rock the night away at the UOG Cowboy Fieldhouse this Saturday. Siblings Eddie, Visse, Natalia, Moana, and Kat Wolfgram finding their rhythm in the familiar Hoffa spirit.
One big component is we're islanders, we're Pacific Islanders, so coming to Guam is like coming home.
The Island Way also striking a chord with special guests New Yorker Sapphire from Puerto Rico and DJ Eddie B. Swift.
I'm really excited to bring some of this freestyle music to you guys and just again be sharing the stage with the Jets and my DJ. We're excited. We can't wait.
The Jets were just teenagers when they first performed in Guam in '88.
So just to come back, we're going to be celebrating our 40th anniversary next year. So
doesn't seem like that.
Yeah. So we're so grateful for the love and the support of the Chamorro people.
Stardom hasn't been easy for the Tongan-American family musical group who split during those 40 years, but they've stayed rooted through faith and love for family.
Family means forget about me, I love you. And in the industry, it can be really cruel on a family. We've had to learn how to put the priority on the family, and the jets are on the side, just because that's how important our family, and it did. It took us through a lawsuit. We had brothers that perform separate from us, but we've finally come together and said, hey, let's be civil. We've got all these children that are all cousins now. There's no time for this nonsense. We got to be a family.
Now they're bringing back the Nostalgia Saturday with their biggest hits like Curiosity, Crush on You, and Make It Real.
Apart, you're in my heart. Give me one more chance to make it real.
Make it real.
To purchase tickets, just visit guamtime.net, and remember,
bring your dancing shoes.
There you go.
Local talents from Elite Guam Dance Academy will open the dance floor, and a percentage of this concert's ticket sales will be donated by JAMS Media to help students with scholarships to UOG. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a beautiful view from Ascend Point.
On Guam, family is everything. We care for our aging parents and for our kids and grandkids. It's a blessing, but for some working families, it's also a lot. I'm Ginger Cruz. I approve this ad because caring for family isn't always easy, but it shouldn't be impossible. A key priority for me in D.C. will be working to expand federal child care for Guam families, fully fund universal pre-K, and increase access to elder care insurance and assisted living support. Because on Guam, we are all family.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Something is calling, and I can't help it. Let's don't belong when there ain't no soul.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Foodie Call is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Howdy guys, we're back with another episode of Foodie Call, and today we're down in Timuning at Kaunta, located at the Century Plaza, literally next to the bowling alley, so you can't miss out. So we're here to try out one of their hot items, which is literally hot. It's their pork sisig. I'm excited. And also ordered for the side, we got their dynamite lumpia. If you did not know, pork sisig is one of the best Philippine cuisines, hands down. I mean, you have other ones, but pork sisig is there on the list. So, all right, so let's give it a go. There it goes. We mixed in our egg. Flavor is phenomenal as always. Another bite. One for me, one for you. All right, so here we go. Now we're gonna try out the dynamite lumpias. Look at these. Fried chili peppers with ground pork and cheese. I'm excited. So obviously you can taste the pepper, the crispiness of the fry, the grease, delicious. All right, let's go sweet and sour first. So good. And of course, better wash all these down with an ice cold, crispy Pepsi. Oh, that's a meal. Delicious pork sisig, their dynamite lumpia, right here at Kaunta, located at the Century Plaza in Timuning, literally right next to the bowling alley. You can't miss it. And remember, they're open from Sunday to Thursday from 10 to 11, and then Friday and Saturday from 10 to midnight. A big thank you to our friends at Pepsi for having us, and of course, the staff, the beautiful staff here at Kaunta. All right, so we'll see you at the next one. My name is Victorious, and all I gotta say is peace.
Foodie Call is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Okay, guys, the Jets and Sapphire playing this weekend. I'm telling you, I'm here for it because when I was in high school, right, we had 3 DJ groups in my school. We thought it was the most awesome thing. DJ Nation, Music Sensation, and Sound City players, and they would always spin the Jets and Sapphire every prom, every Sweethearts Ball, every sports banquet, everything we had, and the concert is happening on Saturday. You still got time to get your tickets. Get them now at guamtime.net. Amazing hits, right? Please make sure to come to this concert. It is going to be incredible. Miami freestyle music is something that never went away. It's still here, and it's totally awesome. I'm so pumped. I am equally pumped for the Children's Arc hosting the Zombie Run. It's going to be at Leo Palace this year. Remember, last year it was at UOG. This year it's Leo Palace. So kids, make sure to bring your best costumes. If you don't have makeup, don't worry. The GCC Cosmetology program has your back. They can make you into a really, really scary zombie or a fun zombie. You know, they're that talented. Please make sure to get your tickets and register. Scan the QR code to do so, and we will see you there at the Zombie Run. And our friends up in the NMI are having a prayer service, a day of prayer. So please come together as a Pacific family and let us all gather at the San Antonio de Padua Parish. It happens on Sunday at 9 in the morning. All right, everybody, we will see you at the Jets concert. Okay, Destiny, this is one. All over him, there's just you. You must have been heaven sent. You guys finish it.
Des.
How could we ever follow up with that?
Me call you in, out of it.
We can't follow up with
And he's
that.
all that he's got. Just look what.
Okay,
you
Jason
got
Nick
it
have
all,
to give us a
all over
performance.
him. Speaking of getting something all over it, now to your Cold Stone Creamy Birthday Club shoutouts submitted on KUAM.com.
And the winner of a yummy ice cream
I don't know
cake.
the words, but I know something.
You did great.
Friday birthday love going out to Michelle Aguero, and I would like to wish a special lady, my girl Michelle, your shout out says, this October 4th, birthday wishes. So happy birthday. All right, we've got a emoji that we never used before. You're truly a special unicorn, and then the really nice unicorn emoji with the pink hair, with the pink mane. And I'm so happy you're mine, this wonderful person says. Happy and blessed birthday with all of our love from Daryl, the kids, grandkids, and everyone. Love you so much, and they say thank you. We should all thank our birthday celebrants because they're awesome. Also, happy 4th birthday to Kalia Jade and to my forever princess. Time is surely come and gone, but I'm truly blessed to be part of every minute. I love you, baby girl, and I wish you continuous love and happiness today and always. Love, a very proud daddy. All right, this week's winner of a Cold Stone Creamy birthday cake is Dion James Regis Babata, who will get a call or a message from us on some platform. We'll reach out to you, though, and let you know when you can pick up your prize.
All right, Des. Happy birthday, first off, to all of you celebrating out there. Congratulations to this week's winner.
Yeah.
I have to look up some of the Jets music, right?
Yes, we definitely do. Suki, who actually covered the press conference today, she showed me a little snippet of them harmonizing, and immediately I got chills and I started crying. It was so tight.
Yeah.
And it was just so beautiful. Wow.
Well, that's I've never heard that in a musical term before. It's tight.
Very tight harmonies. Amazing.
Well, check them out tomorrow at the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse in Manilao. That's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Hafide, welcome to CNMI Weekly. We are now joined with Ryan Joseph, a son of the Marianas, with some really exciting news. Ryan, as you shared on Facebook, you were accepted into the AGB studios in Hollywood. So lots to get to, but first, why don't we just take a moment to meet you and get to know you a little bit, share your ties to the Marianas and what you've been up to.
Okay, so well, my name is Ryan Joseph. I'm over the age of 18, I'll just say that. But I was born and raised in Saipan, and I had just recently moved to California January this year. And so weeks went by. I'm working right now 3 jobs while still doing my acting training. And yeah, so right now I'm in Bakersfield, California. I travel every Sunday to LA doing all my trainings and stuff.
Right. So for those of us not in the Hollywood world, can you tell us a little bit about what AGB Studios is, what this experience is going to look like for you, and ultimately you want to become an actor, right?
Yes. So AGB Studios, AGB stands for Actors Giving Back. And it's a program where David DeLuise has founded and started to help other actors that are trying to get into the industry. To help them go from training, how to book, how to self-tape, how to make your auditions, certain critiques and trainings that will help you in your acting career. He did all of this just so that they could be guided in the right directions, because when he had started, he had no idea where to start, how to begin, or how to even step his foot into the world. And so he wanted to make sure that other actors had some kind of guidance to help get into the industry.
And so what does this mean for you now? You said you're traveling every now and then. I mean, are you undergoing training right now, or are we expected to see you on any shows, or what does the road look like ahead?
Okay, so right now I'm currently in training. It's about 18 weeks total. I'm already on my 4th week right now. So every Sunday I travel to LA to the studio, do my trainings from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And after the training and everything is done, I get to shoot a scene or a small clip with one of my celebrity coaches, which will be used in our showcase night. Where all casting directors, producers, agents, they'll all be there from different platforms like Netflix, Disney. They'll be there to scout for their next project and uprising actors or actress.
And so tell us, how has it been? I mean, I saw you posted a photo with some big name celebrities already. I mean, tell us about who you've been able to meet and just what the experience has been like so far.
Oh gosh, I met Annalise Vanderpool, which was really surprising because when she had walked into the room on our first day of training, everyone was so calm around, like my other castmates and everything. And I was trying to hold it in deep inside, like not to fan out or break out, freaking out. So I really try and sat on it. But she was so amazing. She was so kind. I met Blake Michael. He was great too. He was so friendly and entertaining, and he really related to how wanting to make a difference in other people's lives. And John Lear, who's also doing some projects right now. Uh, he was scouting on the day of our training, and he was looking at all of us saying, "Oh, I can see you doing this kind of project, doing these kind of ideas." So it was pretty cool to get like critiques and an insight on how they started and how it what tips and what techniques helped them get to where they are. So that was a pretty cool thing, and it's on go as we go on to with the training. I get to meet different celebrities. I have quite a few that I'm looking forward to meet, like Jennifer Stone, Ashley Argota. I've watched these guys since I was a kid, and to be able to like stand in front of them is it's kind of crazy. It's still sinking in.
I did want to ask about your start. So when did you get into acting? Was this something you kind of explored even here on Saipan? Tell us about how you got started and why you want to be an actor.
Well, I always dreamed about being on a show when I was young. But it seemed kind of unrealistic when I was in Saipan at the time because I didn't really know how to step into that world. Like there was no directors or agents casting from Saipan. But when I had moved out here, it just so happened that I saw this ad and I said, well, I've only done a couple actings, like probably elementary wise, and a little bit as like I grew older. But as soon as I reached high school and junior high, I've never really gave it much consideration. But so when that ad came out, I said, why not? Let's just try it out. You might not make it past the first interview, or you might pass the first interview. So I signed up, and when I had done the first interview, I was like, okay, it's fine if you don't get it because you didn't tell anyone at that time. And if you didn't get it, it would be okay because no one would know. But then when they called me back and they said you got into the second interview, then I started like getting nervous because I was like, gosh, I made it past the first interview. How do I do this? Like, and it's crazy because they don't give you a script before that interview. And my second interview was to do like a commercial code screen reading. So I didn't have to memorize my script, but I had to be able to like read it, analyze it for like a minute, and then deliver my monologue after for my audition. And thankfully, it was good enough to get me to the third interview, which allowed me to get into the studio on that day.
All right. Well, I wanted to ask you, what is your message to someone, maybe youth here on Saipan who were just like you a few years ago, maybe didn't think it would be possible to enter a program like that. And like you said, there maybe aren't that many connections here as much as you would if you were in California. So yeah, what would you tell someone like you watching this now on Saipan, wanting to be an actor or just in general in the film industry, right?
Well, I always tell people if you have a dream for something, you got to take your values. And when I say values, I meant like not your wealth status or like your riches and everything. These are like your passion, your talent, your skills, dedication, motivation. You take all of that and put that into your values, and you take those values and put it into your dreams. You're going to see that dreams go far and dreams come true. So as long as you have faith and you stay in that direction of where you want to be in life, you'll get there. And what's cool about this AJB Studios too is I'm pretty sure they're opening it up worldwide. So you don't even have to be in California to be a part of the studio. You can train over Zoom and then fly out to LA to do your shooting with your celebrity coaches. And showcase night, I believe you can also attend via Zoom. So that's a great opportunity for anyone in Saipan that wants to step into this world. No one knew about it, so it's kind of cool that I'm probably not the first, maybe, from Saipan to be in the studio, but it's definitely nice to be able to be in the studio and get some experience out of it.
All right, Ryan, congratulations to you. Anything else you want to add? You want to share with folks here back home?
Well, I miss everyone back home. I miss the food and island life, but thank you for everyone that's been supporting me. I see all the messages and all the shares, so thank you from the bottom of my heart.
All right, thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you on our TV screens one day, Ryan. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for
thanks
having me.
for joining us. Thank you, and we'll be right back right after this.
Get ready to soak up the savings this summer at Kmart. Since 1995, Kmart has been the ultimate summer destination for everything you need. From groceries to outdoor living to everyday fashions for the family, we've been there for you. 24 hours a day. Kmart is committed to saving you time and money by offering big international and American brands you know at prices incredibly low. Whether you're finding the perfect shade for that summer glow in our beauty care aisles, firing up your summer cookouts from top brands like Weber and Kenmore, or gearing up for those outdoor camping and beach adventures, Kmart's your one-stop shop for an active, fun-filled summer. So, join the fun and soak up the savings. You'll find everything you need and more, only at Kmart, the ultimate shopping destination in Guam, where savings, quality, and summer fun meet under one roof. Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
And so, Senator Mendiola, thanks again for your time. You recently wrote a letter expressing some concern with the Rota Gaming Commission and a trip they took to Korea funded by IH, I believe. So just explain what your concerns were.
Thank you for that question, Tommy. The issue that I have is really just the trip in itself to go do an investigation with IH Group in Korea. IH Group paid Rota Commission, the Gaming Commission, $150,000, and pending the delegation's appropriation, that was supposed to be their operational funds. But the problem is that the commission took a trip to Korea paid for by IH, and I'm a little bit concerned about that because, you know, the stipulation behind it, the biases that may be perceived as a result of that, you know, paid for trip by IH. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, Tommy, and I just want to make sure that I stress this concern so that we can fix these issues and make sure we don't run into another casino problems in the future where we're going to have to back off from any investor just because of any legal issues or any legal matter that may even hamper the operations or the operational movement of the casino. So yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned about that. The delegation, I know that the delegation as a group has come together and has stressed that concern, and I was just willing to be the individual to actually push out that concern and make sure that we address it.
And IH, last we saw, as it's been reported already, they got a Rota casino license. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not against the IH getting a casino license. As a matter of fact, Rota is in dire need for any economic stimulation or any economic activity. So I'm happy for that. I think the delegation is just kind of more focusing on just making sure that we don't make any, we don't fall through any cracks. Just kind of pushing this movement forward so fast that we misstep or we don't address issues up front, and we're not as transparent to our people as we should be. So as a representative of the people, my biggest concern is to make sure that I actually address their concerns. So when constituents comes to me and ask me about some of these activities, I want to make sure that I'm able to answer that through an open dialogue with the Gaming Commission. So I'm not against the license, the issuance of the license. I'm actually happy that that IH has decided to invest in Rota, but I just want to make sure that we do it right.
And is the casino the answer? It seems we keep trying, right? This is not our first time.
I don't think casinos is the only answer, but at this point, with the economic downfall in the CNMI, any economic activity is activity nonetheless that will help and benefit our people. So I don't want to sit here and just nitpick on what what industry should we bring to Rhoda? As a matter of fact, we should be open just because the economy is really, Rhoda is really hurting. So any kind of economic activity, whether it be casino, whether it be, investment through, tourism, I'm all for it. I'm sure my delegation colleagues feel the same way. But again, I just want to stress the fact that we have to make sure that we do it right.
And so, are you aware of the delegation moving forward? I mean, it's pretty much in the Rhoda Casino Commission's hands now, right? Moving forward.
Yeah.
Are there any other pending issues with the commission that you still want to address?
So the delegation right now, the appropriation of that $150,000, the delegation was supposed to pass that on our last delegation session, but we were pending some documents from the commission that the chairman has requested from the commission itself. So as soon as we get all those information that the delegation requested for, I'm sure we're going to have a delegation session thereafter and pass that appropriation or push it through. So there's really there's no delay. Just the ball is on the commission's court. We're just waiting on them to kind of give us those information.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I know another issue that came up in the meeting on Rhoda was their compensation as commissioners.
Yes.
Where do you stand on that?
So initially I spoke to the commissioner about this, and I stand on reducing their compensation down to just when they meet, because I don't believe that we should be paying anybody if there's no activity. However, if the gaming industry takes off in Rhoda, then I don't see why not moving them back to their salary base so that they can stay on board and regulate them and make sure that they're not just make sure that they're compensated fairly. So the only thing that the delegation pushed for is for us to reduce their salary down to just compensation when they meet, because at the time there's no casino, there's no real casino that's going on in Rhoda, and the problem is that we're just compensating the commission and there's no activity. So now that there's some kind of an activity, I believe the delegation, we need to sit down and discuss this and try and bring back their compensation, whether it be in terms of the amount, that's up for debate amongst the delegation.
All right, any other message to the community?
Thank you, Tommy, for having the time to make sure that we clear some of these information. Honestly, it's just really about making sure that we're transparent and making sure that we address concerns of our constituents. So at the end of the day, for me, I'm the voice of the people that put me in office, and I'm going to make sure that I continue to address their concerns. And I want to make sure that any kind of investment, economic activity in Rhoda, I want to make sure that we do it right, so that we don't start backpedaling or we lose an investor or we lose an investment, and thereafter our people hurt or struggle. So thank you for having the time, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.
What's that?
That's the Taco Bell Cantina chicken.
Okay, well, please tell me you're using a condiment.
Yeah, avocado verde salsa.
Oh, we believe in mayo. This is how we chicken in this house.
I don't see a pickle on it.
Maybe we don't want a pickle on it.
Okay, all right.
Extra chickenalists. They're in every family.
Dad, please.
Sometimes common ground is just one bite away.
What?
I can feel again.
I love you, Dad.
I love you. Taco Bell Cantina chicken burrito.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
With Election Day nearly a month away, it's all hands on deck at the Commonwealth Election Commission. CEC Executive Director Kayla Igatol briefed commissioners on preparation.
Our team has been diligently working to ensure everything is in place for a smooth electoral process. As of September 2024, we have received a total of 21,049 ballots for the upcoming election. Our focus has also been on early voting on Northern Island, absentee voting, and overall preparation for the election day. Registration closed on September 6, 2024 with 18,401 registered voters in total.
They're also starting to train poll workers on Saipan, Tinian, and Rhoda. She also shared that as of Monday, they've provided 642 absentee ballots to off-island voters as polling places are also announced.
All the proposed polling sites that we have approved by PSS for Election Day.
Early voting for the Northern Islands is ongoing. Early voting for Rhoda, Tinian, and Saipan starts October 29 and will be open daily from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Election Day, polling places will be open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Voters must present a photo ID to vote. Meanwhile, former CEC Chair Jesus Sablan resigned effective Monday, leaving 3 out of 5 Saipan seats on the CEC board open. Should there be a limit in terms of how long someone can vote absentee? That's a topic that has been brought up in Senate confirmation hearings for nominees for the Commonwealth Election Commission. Kurt John Maritita is a CEC nominee from Rhoda who echoed some of that sentiment in his hearing.
Why leave the island and look for better life when there is life here? Same as I'm here. So if you leave the island and want to claim for like an absentee, and then here you are saying you got zero, you have no interest in the land and the island, why vote for the island?
One senator responded to the comment, explaining the potential need to maintain the status quo no matter how long someone is away from home. The 2022 general election saw 1,531 absentee votes for the gubernatorial race.
We also have professionals. We encourage our students to go out and get the education and the experience they can out there and then come back and give back. But sometimes the opportunities are not there. So is it at the fault of the government or the community, or is it, and so I don't want to penalize that person who does intend to come back at one point if ever an opportunity becomes available, and provided that they would like to participate in the process that will affect or may affect their livelihood in the future and planning for the future in coming back to reside back here.
CNMI law currently has no cap on the number of years someone can vote absentee while away from home. A registered voter can vote by absentee ballot for reasons including needing to travel, going to school, employment, and receiving health care.
Wouldn't it just be right if you left the island to join the military, go to college, better education? That's kind of sound fair for me, but when you leave the island to look for better life and have nothing to want to do with the island, I don't know, what does that look like?
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan. A vet and vet tech are on Saipan until October 4 to provide critically needed pet health care. Dr. Melissa Salgado, who's from New York, and Amber Schweiss from Texas are in the NMI for the first time thanks to Banfield's Mars Ambassador program, which sends experts like them to destinations around the world to give back to the community.
Everyone has been so kind. We got the greatest reception coming in. We've just had so many really nice interactions with the clients, which is in veterinary medicine can be a little more on the rare side.
They've seen about 40 pets a day so far. That's double what they usually see in the States. They're working with the Saipan Humane Society. Director of Clinical Services, Ruby Ma.
We definitely provide more accurate diagnosis and give more secure and information to our pet owner, and not beside the pet owner, our team. We learn a lot of different diagnoses and learn how to do bandaging, ultrasound, even medication dosing is a really great help for us to enhance our skill.
Dr. Salgado said they are treating a lot of wounds and skin allergies, but both of them, with more than 30 years of experience combined, treated their first case of
transmissible venereal tumors. It's essentially an STD that animals get. That's why it's sort of important to neuter and spay your pets, because then they're less likely to want to mate as well, and then to prevent from happening. So it causes tumors and it needs to be treated with chemotherapy.
Saipan Humane Society continues to fill the gaps with its limited resources on Saipan.
The team here is so great, and they jump in and work their tails off to help everyone.
Breast cancer continues to be the leading cancer diagnosis among adults in the Northern Marianas.
Between 2007 and 2021, 81% of cancer diagnosis was diagnosed at stage 3 or higher. This alarming statistic points to a significant delay in early detection and highlights critical issues we must address.
The Commonwealth Cancer Association bringing the government and community together to raise awareness as October is declared Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wendy Lynn Escota, a breast cancer survivor who was diagnosed 4 years ago, shared her inspiring journey as a working mom.
And here I am today. I finished my bachelor's degree after getting my surgery. I saw my son graduate high school, join the National Guard, and I got promoted as a general manager at Marianas Eye Institute. Lastly,
nurse practitioner Summer Ackley shared her perspective working at the hospital's oncology center.
In my experience at the clinic, I have often found that fear is one of the barriers to diagnosing breast cancer. Some women are fearful of mammogram screening because they worry about pain, possible discomfort, embarrassment, or having confirmation that the thing they are most afraid of is indeed breast cancer. And while we can help all women who develop breast cancer, it is so important to find it early so we can help even more and provide a cure for treatment.
CNMI Governor Arnold Palacios echoed that message.
We need to convince our people not to be afraid and not to have any reservations with getting tested.